Hello and welcome to Mindset. My name is Chantel Fitzgerald and your host. And as you know, we love to talk to industry leaders at the top of their field to learn about how did they get there, what were their challenges and struggles along the way, and their mindset to push through. And today we have an amazing guest, a woman entrepreneur, woman-owned business right here in the greater Philadelphia area. We are talking to Cate Heaman, who is the CEO of Prelude Solutions. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yes, awesome. So grateful to have the opportunity to connect with you. And also, I know we got a chance to chat a little bit too last week as well. But tell us a little bit about your journey in terms of how you became the CEO of Prelude Solutions, but even before that, just growing up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Wilkes-Barre area, right? Wilkes-Barre area.
Yeah.
And
Wilkes-Barre, Scranton.
Yeah.
In the Poconos, really.
Yes, the Poconos area, and then transitioned into sales. So tell us a little bit about your journey.
Sure. So, I was born in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area. I lived there all the way. Actually, I went and did my undergraduate schooling at Wilkes University, and I was lucky enough to also play field hockey while I was in my undergraduate work. And then right after school, I migrated down to this area because I had a free place to live because my mother was living in Chesterbrook, which is right in Pennsylvania, and right in King of Prussia area. So, and I had a job too. So that was, that was great.
Perfect.
And so I started working, not at all in the sales field. I was working as a vocational counselor for workers' comp. So what I used to do is I used to help put people back to work. Okay. So, and while I did that, I went and I got my master's at night at Villanova University. Yeah. And, I really was enjoying that work for a long time. And then in 1998, I said, I want to be in sales. So I took a complete turn. Right, from counseling to going into telecommunications sales.
Well, what made you decide sales was like the avenue you wanted to pursue? That's a different, realm.
You know what? I was always very outgoing, and I'm very competitive. So I think I liked the hunt.
Yes.
And I ended up going right into technology sales. So I was schlepping local and long distance and internet up and down the Eastern Corridor, for, I would say, 7.5 years. Yeah. But that's where I learned everything. Like the company that I worked for was called ATX at the time. And they did a phenomenal job at teaching you how to sell. I mean, they brought in programs, right from day one, you went into training. There was constant training throughout the entire career there. And I went up 5 different levels, So I started off as a communications consultant, right? Yeah. And then I moved all the way up to manager of major markets in my 7.5 years there.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I always say that, that's who I owe my sales techniques to because that's where I learned.
Yeah, and they still hold true till today.
Yeah, yeah. They're all, that's exactly it. I always make this analogy that, sales and baseball are a lot alike because it's, you can't miss, if you keep on doing the mechanics the same way over and over again, you can't miss first base, you can't miss second base, you can't miss third base in order to get home, right? So it's like baseball, and if you miss a spot in a sales cycle, you will not get the sale. And it's as simple as that. You will not get home, same thing as in baseball. So, and it's always mechanics, you're always practicing, right? So
interesting. I like that analogy, meaning that, are you saying that like from sales to baseball, it's like you want to hit every base?
You have to hit every step, right? You can't
miss.
You can't steal
second and still get
Right, you can't.
The-
Yeah, you can't
the
go right to
sale.
second. You gotta hit first before you go to second, and you had to hit all of these questions on first base in order to get to second, right?
Yeah.
So you had to know, where you are always in the sales cycle.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's
So 7.5 years, you were able to build yourself up to
Yep.
managing different markets,
Yeah.
and then you decided to transition, right? There was somebody that came along that
Right.
recruited you to say, hey, would you be interested in doing this?
That's right.
Tell
right.
us about what
So
this is. What happened?
That was auditing.
Yes.
Simply put, there was an opportunity for me to join forces with another woman, and we started doing audits of their telecommunications within organizations. So just looking at the invoices according to their customer service records, according to their service agreements, and according to the contracts, and finding tons and tons of erroneous charges, and that equated to savings. Yes. So it was that's how it started. And we started in the playroom of her home. And that business, actually grew into hardware and software. We grew it to about 45 people.
Wow.
And, really brought on a whole sales force and technicians and engineers and a warehouse. And then about 2.5 years ago now, Prelude Solutions was born.
Wow.
So what happened there was an opportunity for me to sell off the hardware software of CSG was the name of that company.
Okay.
And I took the consulting business with me, and I started Prelude Solutions. So I took about 5 consultants, a book of business, and then the rebirth of Prelude Solutions happened.
That is so fantastic.
It is.
And you guys recently applied for your women-owned business certification.
We did.
Last year, right, in October or so?
We got it in October.
Yeah, that's when you got it, okay.
So you have to have a year under your belt of being women-owned. We're 100% women-owned. It's just myself. And then we went for certification as soon as we could. And in October of last year, we earned the certification. And then we went to our first event this past March in Houston, Texas. And that was wonderful.
Yes.
It was great. It has really catapulted this business into a whole different level. And it's not just the opportunities, it's also the mindset.
Oh,
See how I did that?
I love that, indeed. Tell us more about this mindset. I love it. Our favorite topic here on Mindset.
I say that with pure honesty, is that, I can see since March, obviously the opportunity, but the energy level. Now, we have 11 people today. We are growing because we're bringing on a lot of newer opportunities that are in the Fortune 1000 space because of our women-owned business certification.
Yes.
Because diversity and inclusion are like the #1 hottest topic out there. And, everyone needs to embrace it.
Yeah.
And we're obviously excited about what the opportunities are bringing to us, but to other people. So now I'm also buying from women-owned companies, right? So you feed the cycle.
Yes.
So I have to have my printing done, and I have to get my brochures done, and I'm like, I'm now got a whole new network.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah.
And you want to, I want to practice what I preach, right?
Yeah.
So if I want someone to buy from Women-Owned, which is my company, I have to then in turn do the same thing and buy from Women-Owned as much as I can. So it's a whole new network, but the energy level of everyone in our organization, has certainly heightened, and people are like excited about their jobs, and that's what it's all about, right?
Yes.
Getting back to, I think it comes full circle. You put all this hard work in. I've been a business owner for 14 years, and I feel like I've finally come to a point now where I'm really, really happy about what I'm doing every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's such a good place
That's
to be.
a good, and I can't say I've been here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm in a different spot now. And I'm much more confident, certainly about, because I know every part of my business right now, and I know exactly where our process and procedures are and where we're at with every single opportunity. So I'm much more confident too about the outcome.
I love that.
Yeah.
How did you get there? Like what was it, or maybe I'm sure it was like a combination of things, but what did you learn throughout your experience so far to get you to be where you are, to be in this place of, wow, I'm really doing what I'm really passionate about, and I have people around me that are also equally as passionate about what we do. How does one get there? Because I feel like you're in that sweet spot now.
Right.
And, I know it's not always been so perfect.
No.
So how does one get there?
There's a couple of things I think that has gotten me here. And so I'm going to speak from experience, right?
Yeah.
A couple of really early on in this Prelude Solutions, I was able to put processes and procedures in place that were always changing. You're ever changing them. But and I think that also making sure that I built the cash flow and the actual versus budget, like the financials of the company, is what has driven the decisions versus maybe in the past it may have been emotion driving a decision. Like, I really want to do this, but now I use the data that's in front of me in order to make a decision to move forward. So it's smarter business, because if I can't do something, there's a reason.
Right.
It's a financial reason. It's a not now, not at this time. So that has really changed the way I'm running this business. And I think there's goals, right? We have monthly goals, we have quarterly goals, we have yearly goals, and we set them according to last year's numbers. So, we're ahead of our goals already. So that's always very positive too. And I would say, obviously, I've always wanted to be women-owned, and that I think I didn't know how much that really meant to me until after I achieved it. We achieved it, but also after being in a summit in Salute where you're among 1,000 other women, and I think that changed the outlook of what the possibilities of what this could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say we were surrounded by, was that in Dallas when you were with other?
Houston.
Yeah, or in Houston, sorry, where you were with other women-owned businesses. So you kind of felt the power and the energy surrounding you from all of these other women-owned businesses.
That's right. That's right. And you had meet and greets with Fortune 1,000 companies. One day it was just like a speed dating. You literally sat at a table and you had 90 seconds to talk about, your business, but it's Fortune 1000s, right? Which was very
huge.
Yes, and then they're all new leads. Yes, so it's worked out, and we branded ourselves while we were there too.
Yes.
So not only did we brand our company, but we branded ourselves. We went with Rosie the Riveter dresses.
Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it. How fun. How fun. Well, we have to take a break. Okay. I want to get back to our conversation here about, digging a little bit deeper about maybe some of the challenges and the mindset you had to push through some of those challenges that we've had as well. So we will be right back with Cate Heaman, CEO of Prelude Solutions. So stay tuned.
RVN TV is a platform for people of any industry to share their story. Over 285,000 viewers are tuning in to RVN TV shows monthly. We guarantee a great experience that you'll be sharing with everyone you know while increasing your personal and company's brand awareness. But what is your brand? According to Forbes, it's a combination of your logo, your product, your design and feel, and your personality. Did you know that aside from being a guest, we offer even more opportunity to boost your brand? Adding your company logo and website on screen during your interview will allow viewers to recognize your brand instantly. Incorporating images and video clips is another great way to showcase your product during your live segment. Let viewers see how good you really are. And most importantly, there's you and your interview. For less than the cost of a newspaper, direct mail, or a magazine ad, you can leave our studio and within 48 hours have a permanent digital copy of your live segment to link to your social media, embed into your company website, or use in email marketing. Investing in your brand is so very important, and we can't wait to have you as a guest.
All right, well, welcome back to Mindset. We are here with Cate Heaman, who is the CEO of Prelude Solutions, and we were just talking about how she has found the sweet spot in her business and was really energized by a big conference that she went to in Houston, right? And, you know, with other women business owners, and really feeling the power of women business owners and really being in a good sweet spot where she is right now with Prelude Solutions, having incredible people working with her that have equal passion for the work that she does. And I also wanted to summarize a little bit about what you were talking about too, in regards to the importance of data and how data was really important, and kind of what you learned through the 14 years of you being a business owner. That data was a huge learning for you in terms of really looking at data and being able to make decisions based on what that data says. Yeah,
that's right. But there was always challenges. I mean, a new business is a new business, and those challenges were still there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, getting my name back out there again as Prelude Solutions, and we had to really push forward, and we started off with a smaller segment of customers. Now, we had some that we brought with us, which were very large, but, you know, going out and starting new customers and bringing new customers on.
Yes.
We stayed in the small market, where we wanted to make sure that I put them through we had to learn the process. You know, we were building the process, so I wanted to make sure that we built it with smaller size customers, if you will. And that's, you know, that's really what's important today, as those customers, you know, we were able to learn from our experiences every day with them, and that's why we're now able to bring on a Fortune 1000, right? Yeah, Fortune 500, right? That's what, you know, that's where we want to go. But we couldn't do that without getting, again, more data for ourselves to know how to do it right.
And when you're talking about data, you're really looking at what exactly in terms of what is the data that you're looking at that will help you create the decisions that you're making for new business?
Well, it's multiple facets of the business that give us decisions and give us decision-making power, and that power is, you know, I guess the size, how much we need to. So in our business, we have to understand and retrieve their invoices. And sometimes that can be done through portals, and sometimes that can be done through an EDI feeds. So we're learning now, we're actually making those decisions of what back-end tools to use, even with the CRM package. So internally, we're learning about what we're going to pick for a new CRM package in our organization, because right now that's not, you know, we're just going in year 3, so you don't typically have this in place. But also, we're able to learn from our customer size, like when do we need to grow? When do we need to bring that next person on? You know, and that's what's happening now, because the business sales drives the operations, and and that's what's important, that we, make sure that we do it
correctly
and do it. And also there's tools now out there that will allow us to the data entry to be not necessarily a manual process any longer. So you can do the data entry can be fed into an organization like ours in order to read it.
Sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. It makes things a lot more streamlined and
Right.
more efficient.
Right.
And then be able to make decisions based off of that in a more efficient manner as well.
Right. That's right.
So tell us a little bit more about Prelude and the work that you guys are doing there. And like we were talking about before, about the challenges,
Right.
Of having owned a business and then branching off and then starting your own women-owned business,
Right.
and basically in a way starting from scratch and
Right.
having to put yourself out there, build a whole new clientele, though you had some clients
Right.
and that you worked with and still do, but building that new client base and also the employees to surround you to make Prelude
Right.
what it is. So what has always been your mindset because I know you're resilient, in your story, you've
Yep.
been very resilient from, just in sports you have to be, right? Playing field hockey to sales is a very resilient
Yes.
job, to owning a business, to
Right.
owning another business. So
Right.
you're quite the resilient entrepreneur. And so what do you say to yourself? What is your mindset to push through when you are in those challenges?
Well, I think the mindset is really, there's a couple of them. Okay, I have a couple sayings that I get. I fail fast, fail forward. So there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with failure. Learn from it and move on. That's one of my favorite sayings. So I've been here before, but I believe where I am now, I'm able, because I said, we're making better decisions. But I mean, when I first started, I was like actually operating as a large company. Well, not large. I only had 45 people at
That's
one
a
point.
good
But,
amount,
but what
though.
I'm
That's
saying
still-
is, when I first started Prelude, I was like trying to operate a little bit too high level, and I had to really roll up my sleeves and get in there. And that's when that's when the change happened. When I was, getting out there and doing the sales, and bringing the opportunities in, and then also still managing the operations of the business. Now, I mean, I don't want to have to do that, but that at least allowed me to understand where we can improve upon, and always stay in touch with that. But that was a challenge to be able to say, okay, you're starting from scratch. You better get out there and get it done. And that's what the mindset was like. No one's going to do it better than you are.
And
so just go do it.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of my business is still the sales. So I love the sales part. I don't mind the operations part. I like to watch a customer go all the way through the process and come out we have a lot of great references and great referral partners now too, and customers. I mean, so that's really, really important. But the challenge will be, as I move forward, to make sure that the right people are sitting on the right spot in the bus. So that we've had to move some people around, but that's in any small company. I mean, the woman who helps me support all of our business development, she had to help me do administrative work in the very beginning, and now she is flourished and really grown into a business development person. And no, administrative work was not really her forte, but she did it because she wanted to be part of Prelude, And I know that a lot of, right now, people are doing marketing when they really want to be doing a different type of services within the organization. So, everyone's getting onto the right seat, but they're picking up pieces that they have to in order to get us to a successful spot, right? And so we can offload it, right? So it's that's and we've been able to do that just in this little year, like two and a half years. We've been able to get it to that spot.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It
and
is.
it's also great that you have such flexible employees who are willing to take on new and different roles, and just to get to where Prelude needs to be. So that's a huge testament to the people that work with you.
That it is. It's all about the people.
Yeah.
I mean, my business is all about the people.
Yeah.
They're all consultants.
Yeah.
So it has to be about the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even better. Yeah. That's so wonderful.
It is.
And so tell us a little bit more about Prelude as it relates to how you help your customers and how you are able to really save them money at the end of the day by doing the different audits.
Right. Yep. So we go into an organization and we literally pull all of their invoices as they relate to their voice, their data, their cable, their mobile. And we look at those invoices according to customer service records, then according to service agreements, and then according to contracts. So all 4 of those are very important to really tell a story about how we're going to save this customer money. And we're averaging 33% savings across the board.
That's huge.
And so first of all, this business is recession proof.
Yeah.
Right? So everyone's always going to want to save money.
Yeah.
It is a contingency based program. So if we don't find them savings, which doesn't normally happen, right? Right.
You can
Because
always
every
find
invoice
savings.
is incorrect by 7% at least. Then we're able to, really, if we don't find them savings, then we're able to maybe find a different solution for them. So what we also do is we broker 250 services and solutions. So we want to understand what their tolerance for change is. So if they want to take their 33% savings, that's fine. Put it back in their budget. Perhaps, though, they end up wanting to migrate into a different type of technology, and we help them with that progression. And maybe there's not as much savings, but at least they're getting soft dollars in bringing on new programs and solutions for their organization and their clients.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yes.
I love it. And not only with the work that you do and how you save your customers money, but the business that you have grown and created to bring in other people to support you in that.
Yep.
So I know we have to wrap up, and this show always goes by so fast.
Yes.
So how would people get in touch with you, or how can they learn more about Prelude Solutions if they are a company that is looking to save money? I mean, what company is not?
Exactly.
So, or even just if you're growing and you need support in terms of people resources as well.
That's a good point.
Yes.
We are growing and we do need some good people.
Yes.
So anybody that is in the telecommunications consulting arena, please contact me.
Yes.
You can contact me. We're on every single outlet. So we've got YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. So those are all up and running because we're very active. And of course, it's www.preludesolutions.com. So we're redoing our website, but that one will work fine for right now. And then you can contact me directly at 267-205-0895. And I'm also can be reached on email at Heaman, Heaman, @preludesolutions.com.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I love it. That's so good. Yes, thank you so much for being here and sharing your wisdom and resiliency and failing fast and failing forward to get to the next level for sure. I really appreciated that, and really appreciated all of you guys too for tuning in, and we hope to see you here again next week on Mindset, Mondays at 2 o'clock. See you soon.